heard that a lot of your friends from the Bollywood industry are going to do little cameos. You know, I interviewed Kajol yesterday and she said that. So can you tell us a little about that?
There's nothing to say really, because there is only Kajol as a cameo. So who you met is what there is. There isn't anybody else to meet with who will give you the similar response, unfortunately. There is no cameo besides hers, and it comes in a really interesting place in the film. I hope you enjoy it.
जब से आप बैठे हैं, आपके डैडी अभी देखिए सुकून से बैठे नहीं तो अभी ऐसे खड़े
सुकून से नहीं बैठे, वो सिर्फ एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं।
बहुत देर से वो परेशान थे। तो आपके भाई हैं डायरेक्शन में, और धवन साहब भी डायरेक्शन में, आपने क्यों एक्टिंग चूज किया और क्या आने वाले दिनों में आप भी डायरेक्ट करेंगे?
सपना रखता हूँ आगे जाके डायरेक्ट करने का, पर बचपन से ही मुझे एक्चुअली एक रेसलर बनना था।
Well, they're definitely contracted to the company, but it's not one of those contracts that binds them only to work with Dharma. I'd be more than happy for them to work outside.
Karan Johar and the cast and crew of Student of the Year launched the trailer of their film in Mumbai.
I've heard that a lot of your friends from the Bollywood industry are going to do little cameos. You know, I interviewed Kajol yesterday and she said that. So can you tell us a little about that?
There's nothing to say really, because there is only Kajol as a cameo. So who you met is what there is. There isn't anybody else to meet with who will give you the similar response, unfortunately. There is no cameo besides hers, and it comes in a really interesting place in the film. I hope you enjoy it.
A lot of banners have launched these youth-oriented movies and they've not done that well at the box office of late, you know. So was it a risk taking this kind of genre?
I actually never ever looked at it as a risk. I looked at it as an experience for me, and I have no idea about the commercial outcome of this film. Tomorrow when the audience watches it and experiences Student of the Year, it's for them to judge. But I would never compare one to the other and one experience to another. So many love stories have worked and some haven't. So it's really how you direct it, present it, and bring yourself as a filmmaker to the table.
दोस्ती करने की गलती तो कर ली है मैंने, तो दुश्मनी करने का मौका भी नहीं जाने दूंगा। स्टूडेंट ऑफ द ईयर मैं जीतूंगा।
मुझे अपनी मंजिल साफ नजर आ रही है और मेरे रास्ते में अब कोई नहीं आ सकता।
जब से आप बैठे हैं, आपके डैडी अभी देखिए सुकून से बैठे नहीं तो अभी ऐसे खड़े
सुकून से नहीं बैठे, वो सिर्फ एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं।
बहुत देर से वो परेशान थे। तो आपके भाई हैं डायरेक्शन में, और धवन साहब भी डायरेक्शन में, आपने क्यों एक्टिंग चूज किया और क्या आने वाले दिनों में आप भी डायरेक्ट करेंगे?
सपना रखता हूँ आगे जाके डायरेक्ट करने का, पर बचपन से ही मुझे एक्चुअली एक रेसलर बनना था। लाइक वो WWF देखते थे ना बचपन में, वो फेंकते थे इधर उधर। I think a lot of kids had that. One of my favorite wrestlers was this guy called The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who's become an actor. और मेरी मम्मी के साथ बहुत झगड़े होते थे उसके ऊपर, क्योंकि मैं आता था और ब्रूजेस होते थे और मैं बोलता था I'm the Rock, no you're wrong. And my mom would just slap me. So one day I thought, okay, this is not really going to take me anywhere, so forgive it. But then Rock became an actor and he's quite successful right now. So mom. But so I always wanted to be a performer. Like I danced at weddings and stuff. My brother would be very embarrassed and be like, "You're not my real brother." But yeah, so then I just felt that acting is probably my calling, and that's something I want to do. And my dad actually wanted to be an actor. I mean, he doesn't look like he wanted to, but I think he wanted to. And so I think
I also wanted to be an actor, even I don't look, it's fine.
We all want to be actors.
All of us come with the same dream and we'll end up directing then. When we suddenly एक आईना साफ नजर आता है हमारे सामने, बोलते हैं भाई भूल जाओ. My mother also wanted me to be an actor. She'll lie now and say she needs to not say it, but I want to tell you.
He's still very friendly to everyone between like 15 to whatever 40 or plus. 40 plus. So he knows the lingo. He knows the style. All the styling is. I mean, of course, we had Manish, but also Karan. Yeah. And so I guess he was pretty much into the loop.
Karan is actually very cool. He's like one of the coolest people I know. Like honestly, like I thought I have to give these 48 frames look. It's Karan Johar, I have to look like that. I have to do all this. But he was like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, we are in 2012. Chill out. Take it easy. You know? Just be real. Don't move like that.
No, but
So, I mean, I give him full credit for. I mean, he is honestly the coolest director we have in our country right now.
Yeah, thanks.
Karan Johar.
Right. And why would you say anything different? Because you know you get slapped if you turn around and say Raju Irani is the coolest director. You're like, he didn't launch you, I did. Well, they're definitely contracted to the company, but it's not one of those contracts that binds them only to work with Dharma. I'd be more than happy for them to work outside. In fact, I would be very, I would feel very like a sense of achievement if they got really good films outside of the company. Of course, we would love to do and leverage their talent and take their careers ahead within the company. But definitely, work coming from outside would mean that they've connected with the right kind of people in the movie business. And I do hope that each and every one of them does the right films even outside of Dharma production.
Current things that were considered a taboo in Indian cinema, like increased skin show and double meaning words in Hindi films, are okay now. What is your take on it as a director?
Well, I guess if it goes with the syntax of the film and it's working, I mean, if there's an audience for it, I have no judgment. I've grown up in single screen halls. My memories of viewing films has been in Maratha Mandir and Vinarva and Gating and Chandan. So I've understood the strength and pulse of the masses, and I know that myself. Of course, with your own sense of evolution and your own understanding of cinema, you do what you know best. But I have no one to judge what anybody else does. If it works, and my father always told me, he said, a hit film is a good film. So he says, don't question it, enjoy it, go with the ride, and don't try and intellectualize something that's working. It may not be your sensibility, but why judge someone else for doing what they're doing? If it's working, and well done if they can pull it off. You know, that's something I wish any filmmaker could answer that question about how a film would turn out. You make it and you leave the rest really to destiny. Audiences have their own tastes, and literally I believe an audience, consumer is king, and I believe that. And when he pays that ticket and comes out and gives his verdict, it's coming from no bias. So that's something no filmmaker can ever predict. No amount of research, you can always work out a business weekend or work out the logistics about how a film may or may not open. But beyond that, the word of mouth is king, consumer is king, and that is something I can't preempt or predict.
Bollywood Hungama News Network.